And you didn't realize it at the time, but once you kind of get past that hurdle, and you get a little bit of humility, a little bit of submission to the gospel, it's freeing.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're saying, like stepping out of that rat race of Babylon and becoming a citizen of Zion, learning that consecration and stewardship of the Lord is a far greater bounty, is far greater wealth than anything that the celestial kingdom has to offer.
Yeah.
This is so true, but it's so difficult to see until you experience it. And but I testify that it is true.
Yeah.
When Jesus talks about overcoming the world through the gospel, through the covenant path, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
It's becoming free from the way that the world tells you ought to live, pursuing the things that the world tells you ought to be pursuing. That indoctrination we get since birth that I was talking about. It's all that cunning plan of the devil.
Yeah.
Right? It's a burden, right? And it's with us so much every day that we often don't even realize how burdened we are down by it. But once you taste the gospel and you start applying it and you become free from it, life's amazing.
Yeah.
And even if you don't have to have the wealth of the rich, life is amazing regardless of the situation you're in.
Yeah.
You can appreciate life, and then you can truly appreciate life eternally.
Yeah. Well, that ability to just surrender it all to the Lord. And in actuality, when we can't do that, it's because we seek our comfort places. We don't truly have faith. And because we can't see the beginning to the end, we don't truly believe that he will fill in the gaps and carry us through those unknown dark places. Because when we truly surrender, when we fully let go, that's going to happen. We're going to walk through that wilderness to where he's taking us to a higher place of being. And it requires real faith, and it requires real trust in the Lord. And so we've got to get to a place in our life where we do trust him, where we have tested him, where we've put his plan into action in our lives, and we've seen fruits from it. And as you do that, you can start to say, okay, I'm going to surrender more of myself and more of myself and more of myself, to where eventually you get to the point where you've surrendered it all, and you know that he will carry you through because his word is good. He will keep his end of the bargain.
And that's the example of Jesus Christ.
That's right.
That's his life. And this is what Jacob's talking about. To be carnally minded is death, and to be spiritually minded is life eternal. That's it. Do not say I've spoken hard things against you.
Shades of Nephi here as well.
Yeah. If you do, you revile against the truth. No one wants to be called out for being prideful. No one wants to be called out for seeking the world and wealth above the kingdom of God. No one wants to be called out for idolatry. But those are the pitfalls we fall into in this world. Those are the things we have to overcome. And we have to remember the Holy One. We have to come unto Christ. Remember that his paths are righteous. His ways are not our ways. Right? It's a narrow path. But the keeper of that gate is Jesus Christ himself. The man who walked the path alone and offers salvation to us. He trusted in the Father, and we can trust in him. That's the example. That is the way. And justice shall be administered unto all, but justice shall be administered unto the righteous.
Yeah.
And that's so interesting. Because we always talk about, well, mercy is given to the righteous. Yes. But justice will be administered to all.
Yeah.
Hit that like button, leave us a comment, subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it.
They may seem like little things, but liking, commenting, it helps the algorithm push our content out to more people. So it's our small way of sharing the gospel in a social media age.